Hello everyone, I'm Khushi and welcome to my channel. I gave the IIT JAM economics exam this year. Along with that, I also gave IIT GATE and the IIT Kanpur entrance exam for MSc in economics. I got All India rank 50 in IIT JAM, All India rank 49 in IIT GATE and rank 12 in IIT Kanpur entrance exam. In this video, I will be talking about my preparation strategies for IITs, and this video will be a bit different from the one that I have already uploaded for CUT because IITs mostly focuses on the technical aspect, the solving aspect, compared to CUT, which is a bit on the theoretical side. So, but the first thing that will remain same for both is to pick a book. For me, the technical aspects for micro were pretty much covered by Vedian. I read Vedian thoroughly. Reading a book does not basically mean reading the titles, reading the important infos. I read it thoroughly, I read it religiously, I made notes. Even though I did face some difficulty while covering the topics on my own from those, but as time went by and I started reading more of it, I developed a sense of understanding. It naturally started coming to me, and for the solving aspects, basically I had enrolled in a coaching with Ravit sir, and as I've already mentioned in my previous video, and making thorough notes is also very important. They will help you a lot throughout your journey. Basically, the notes are the most important thing. And another thing I want to emphasize is making short notes. They are so helpful for when you're preparing, basically in the last month of your exam, before sitting in that actual exam. In the last week, you cannot go through all the notes, but what you can do is go through the short notes. What I used to do was I used to compile a week worth of material for each subject, and then I used to write short notes for each one of them. And for micro, if we had like, for just to give an idea, if I had like 3 register for the actual thorough notes, I would have half a register for the short notes. And for math and stats also, I used to write the important formulas, the important points, and that was basically it for math and stats. But for micro, I believe you should write some important points, because micro will be the most important base for your most of the exams, I believe. Or you could call it a bias, because I personally was more inclined towards micro. And yeah, so making short notes is very important, and they'll help you in the last month, and maybe you'll thank me for that, because short notes are very important. And while I was making the short notes, I would actually revise those things, because that would be like killing two birds with a single stone for me, because I would also make short notes and I would also revise them. And after that, I would give weekly tests in the coaching that I was enrolled at, and it really helped me to evaluate myself, where I was standing compared to my peers, and where I was lacking, and where do I need to improve myself. So yeah, tests are also important. And PYQs are the most important thing, I believe, for IIT. Especially I gave IIT JAM this year, and before that we had a set of 4 question papers with us. I did those very thoroughly. I mean, I believe I have done those exams, I have done those papers till now like around 3 times or 4 times. And also, an example, once I was done with my preparation, I was on my final revision a week before IIT JAM exam. I did all those 4 papers in one single sitting. It took me nearly around 6 hours, I guess, but yeah, I did all those 4 papers in one single sitting. And you'll see that a lot of questions which you have already solved, you might actually not be able to solve them again when you are doing the paper in thorough sense. I mean, when you are sitting doing all the questions collectively, you might not actually be able to do those questions, a few questions. So yeah, doing past year papers and making yourself be able enough to sit for long hours is very important for these exams. And besides, JAM is much more on the theoretical side. I believe solving questions is very important, and for that you'll have to strengthen your math. And for those who are just starting with the entrance exams, I believe strengthen your basics first and then move on to the highly advanced topics. And because once if you're not clear with your basics, you'll not be able to um, get a grasp of the things which are much more complex. Another important thing is engaging with those people who are preparing for the same exam. I had a nice set of people around me. We used to discuss questions, send solutions to each other, and that really keeps you, I would say, around your goal. When you see that a lot of other people are also preparing for the same exam as you are, you do not feel isolated, and you are actually motivated more to do better. And regular tests are important. Tests basically help you analyze where you stand right now, what you are doing. So focus on giving regular tests also. And do not have any backlogs. I cannot stress enough on how difficult it becomes when one have backlogs. And talking about the technical aspects for IIT is much more important than talking about the theoretical aspects, I believe, because they do not want to see how well you can cram. They want to see how well your basics are cleared up, and are you even able to solve the questions on your own or not. So yeah, so from day one, the approach for those who are focused on IITs should be more towards solving questions. I hope people who are preparing for IITs this year can get some hint out of what was my journey like, and I hope people find this video useful. Thank you.